Hi, welcome to Classic Car Cave. So I'm going to do a video on the three projects I've got on the go at the moment. It's now this time of year, we're coming up for October, and you might see that the number plate is out, and I have them here. This is FF Jag 1 that I bought years ago. I think they're €90, as long as nobody else has got it, but there is a certain amount of letters and a certain amount of numbers you can have. And you might see there's the registration document. So this now goes to my insurance agent. I'm going to take it in the next 10 minutes. And that will sit in there secured safe until next year we take it back out and put it on the road again. So obviously it comes off the road for winter. So yeah, we have to put the E-Type to bed for the winter. And the rest of the video, what I'll do is I'll show you what's happening with the Citroen project, and also show you what's happening with the Mini Mk3 shell that we're completely rebuilding. It's going very, very well, and we should have it up on its subframes within the next, I would say, couple of months. You know, at least be able to move it around, and then I can decide which way I'm going with it. I'd like to sell it as a project to somebody because all the metal work is done to extremely high standard. So for all intents and purposes, it's a new shell. I have registration for it. It's a 1970 Mk3. I have all the stuff that goes with it, and I have the logbook, but it was an 850 that was in it. So I'll see how the engine is, and maybe I'll just put it together. But I'd like somebody who is interested in minis but doesn't have the metalwork experience, now that's all done, who wants to put it together. So it's a project that's for sale, if there's anybody out there that's interested in it. Yeah, and as far as the Citroen's concerned, Martin and Lon, our friends that came out to help me with the Red Bull ring with the damaged engine on the Cooper, on the Golf Mini, they've taken the springs. So we took all the springs off, which you'll see in the video. They took all the springs off, we cleaned them all up, and they're going to take them to a place in the UK that specialises in springs, and they're going to refurbish them. So I hope you enjoy the video. So as you can see, we've got Santa's little helpers here. this rear axle, and banjo is so, cranwell and pinion is so heavy. So fortunately when we first got the car, we had to make a U-bolt, not the one that Amir's working on now, but the inside one. We had to make from a bar and thread it. So I'll get these people in England to make all these new U-bolts. So what we're going to do now is once we get the springs off and mark them, we'll take the axle out and we're going to drop this down and tack weld some supports onto this box section here, which is not normally on it, and that way we can move the body around if we need to. But so Martin here is going to hey up Lord, hey up Chuck. Yeah, so and we'll see what we can do with these springs, and gonna go from there. The front ones are off. That's them sitting there. You can see there's a little bit of a bow in them, but they were flat. And there's the front axle, beam axle for it, and you can see it's all off. So to be honest, they weren't that bad. I wouldn't have believed that they'd probably come off in 80 odd years, but apart from me having to heat them, it wasn't too bad, really. So I'm quite pleased with it. So just a little update on the 36 Citroen, 35 or whatever it is. So as you can see, there's the beam axle off it, and the front springs and the rear springs are on the way to the UK, where they're going to be refurbished or rebuilt or remade. So there's the wings lying off it. We made this bogey up that we use for a lot of cars, minis and stuff, and as you can see, we've got it sitting on the chassis. There's the back axle, banjo, and we just strapped it onto here, and the same on the front. We've gone around the front there so that we can move this to one side, because this is going to be off the road for some sort of fair time, 6 months or so. And if I need to get the Mini out, I want to be able to push this to one side to get the Mini round it, to take it up into the top workshop, and I can leave this in situ. yeah, so this is really back down to where it was. This is the base frame, and then you have the frames on the side, which are these ones with the arches on them, and it's built up basically like a Meccano set. The idea was is if at some point it went to the UK or somewhere else where they wanted to build a chassis and put a, I don't know, a Jaguar engine in it, make it a hot rod, they could do that easily, and that's the idea behind it. Is basically it's all bolt on, and same with the cab, because there was no cab on it. All that was left was a little piece here on the side. So all the inside's been rebuilt completely, and you can see the back of the cab, and yeah, so it looks a bit forlorn now because it's sitting on this bogie, but as I said, it gives us the ability to move it around now. So it's gone to, I think it's Jones's Springs, I think they're called, in Birmingham. So Martin's kindly has taken them back with him in his camper van. He'll take them to him, see what the story is. There's no big rush on them. And hopefully they'll do all the drop shackles, do all the pins, renew everything, renew the U-bolts that go through here because they were quite badly pitted and corroded. And we will take off the cable brakes and fit hydraulic brakes on them. It looks quite new, but it's actually from a XK 150 handbrake cable that we used, and we kind of jiggered it to make it work, but the cable brakes obviously are shit, so we've got the stopping power of a rice pudding. So, but as you can see, everything's kind of still together. And then once we get that, got the chassis, everything's good, we'll take the cab off and finish it up, do all the lead loading. So all this will be lead loaded. Obviously you won't see any of these seams. All this will be done. All this will be lead loaded. And just like the Mini, you won't see any of it. But the basic structure's there. It just needs dollying up now. As you can see, the doors are shit. But we made new skins for them. But we can get all this done nicely. And after all, it is a toy. But the engine looks nice. It runs well. The gearbox works, clutch works, and yeah, but that would look nice with a big, I don't know, V8 Rover engine in it, or you'd easily get a 6-cylinder in there. I think you would. You could cut some of the firewall back if you needed to. There's plenty of room in it. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, you could easily put a straight 6 or a V8 in that. We're on the Mk3 Mini, which is supposed to be a 70 according to the books, but we're in a little bit of a screw up with this toe board. I think the toe board is from a Mk2 because that's got the Magic Wand style. And you can see this floor, this is how the floor was in it, but I think they made a mistake and give me a Mk2 or a Mk1 toe board because this is where the Magic Wand would have gone through. But what we're going to do is cut that a little bit out. We've got the cover for it, so we'll put the cover on it, so you could have it either with the remote or without the remote, so you've got two choices. And then what we're going to do is then rebuild all this, we'll weld it all up, and then we'll go to the back and do all the back bits that we've got. So we've got everything we need, just about everything we need. There's bound to be something missing, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, it's unfortunate about that. You've got to be careful, I guess, with the parts, but and especially for us being so far away, you know, it's kind of sort of 1,600 kilometres one way. Well, it's more than that, in fact, up to Darlington where M Machine is. But we can make it work. Whatever the situation, we'll make it work, and just everything's new down there anyway, and we'll go from there. But we should have up on its feet in there. So you can see all the new floors in, new toe board now. Inner wings, I'll take you inside and let you have a look at it. Quite a lot of work to do on the back. There's a new quarter panel on it. I'll show you what we're going to do on the bottom side. A new bit of roof that's in. Still quite a way to go, but I think we'll have this pretty much together. Well, start of next week. So you can see all the toe boards in. There's only the bulkhead that was left really. These are just sitting on there, but they work perfectly. They're spot on. Some of the best ones we've had. These. So you can see new floor. These are the new closing panels, the new repair boot panel, and a couple of new corners we've got here. These are all the repair panels. Yeah, get that done. Looking good. And these are the closing panels at the end, which go, but they'll need to be cut down because they're not right. So they're the closing panels for the valance at the back. Sorry, not looking at the screen. And the new valance, everything's there. So that's the other sill, there's the valance, the A panels, the new scuttle. And yeah, I've kind of cocked up a little bit with this. This has the remote on it, which obviously is the gear lever here. And when I asked them for a Mark III, they sent me obviously a Mark 1 or Mark II with the Magic Wand. But there's the cover for it. So we'll just put that in place. So theoretically you could make it a Magic Wand and take the remote off. So you've got two options, and there's covers over it, and would be sealed anyway. So yeah, it's really coming on. But that floor's gone into place really nice. So it's got so we've got two door skins and a boot skin for it. So yeah, I would say the best part, 50% of the car has been changed. Yeah, I just hope I can find somebody who would really want it and keep it for a long time, especially with it being almost a brand new shell. Totally rust free. Where do you find that in a Mini these days without spending a lot of money? I think about 12 grand for a shell these days. Anyway, it's coming on.